So our first topic is a family migration. All right. And that's verses 1 and 2. Okay. Ruth chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his two sons." Verse 2, "And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his two sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites, or Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there." And if you go back and you read in your Bible, Moab is an interesting story. Okay, it talks about how that country was formed. Okay, and most of us, we remember Lot. That was Abraham's cousin, nephew. Okay, and so his family came out of an ordeal in his family. Okay, and so the Moabites was supposed to be separate, and the Israelites weren't supposed to have any connection with them. Okay, all right, but there was a famine, and this guy, he decided to move to this part of the country because apparently they had some food. Okay, and so when he moved down there, he took his wife and his two sons with him. All right, and that's why it's talking about the migration. Okay, all right. Any questions or any comments? Okay. Sometimes situations can cause you to move to other areas, right? Okay, you don't know what's going to happen once you get there, but you do what you think is right at the time. Okay, and we're going to find out what happens after this, right? And so the second part, it talks about a family tragedy. Okay, now they just moved into an area, moved away from their own family into an area where there was no family. Okay, all right, and this is verses 3 through 5. It says, "And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her two sons." Verse 4, "And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. Okay. Verse 5, "And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. And the woman was left of her two sons and her husband." Well, you're talking about situations happening, right? Okay. First, there's a famine, so they move away from their family. Okay. And after she get there, she loses her husband and two sons. And so she has no family there, because she's in a strange area, right? Okay, all right? And, you have to think about what she must be going through, to lose a husband and two sons, okay? And losing family members, it can be hard depending on how close you were with your family, okay? But the one thing we have to remember is the scripture tells us it's appointed unto us once to die. Okay? And so we do a lot of veterans funerals, and I say, man, this just keeps reminding us how precious life is. Okay. In other words, while we are alive, how we should be what? Treating each other. Okay. But sometimes what? After the person passed, what in some want to climb up in the casket, all kinds of situations. And I'll never forget one time Reverend Smith said that there was a funeral and this lady brought a bowl of soup and sat it up on the casket. And the people were looking at her, what'd you do that? She said, well, if he can smell them roses, he can sure taste my soup. In other words, see, we have to show people love what? While they can see it. What that song say? Give me my flowers while I can see them and smell the beauty of them, right? Okay. All right. A family tragedy. Any questions? Any comments here? She lost a husband and 2 sons. Yep. That was her support. Yeah. And the oldest son was supposed to pick up and do what the father was doing. Okay. Yeah. All right. A family parting. And that's verses 6 through 9. It says, then she arose with her daughters in law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. 7, wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her. And they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. Verse 8, and Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. Verse 9, the Lord grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. Okay. Now think about it. She is what? Lost her son, 2 sons, and her husband. Lost her husband first, then her 2 sons. But she's still what? Praying to the Lord. Okay. She still has what? Faith in him. That's And we know it, the lesson, it doesn't say why there was a famine, but we know, one thing we do know what? If there was one, that means the Lord allowed it to be, right? Okay. And so she went through this ordeal, and she's still what? Showing love to these 2 daughter-in-laws. Okay. And she's going back to her land, and they started with her, and she's trying to convince them, stay with your people. Okay. Now that's showing what? That's showing some kind of love there, isn't it? That they both, the daughter-in-laws, wanted to follow her back, what? To her place, to her country. Okay. That's what? Showing love. And she talked about how what? They had shown love to her and her 2 sons. Any comments? Or does it make you think about anything? that's what love what can change things, can't it? Yeah. Daughter-in-laws. One. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Because if you go back, the Moabites, there's an interesting story there. When Israel was going in to possess the land, okay, the Moabites, they knew they couldn't defeat Israel, but they sent some ladies there that got the brothers off track. And that's why God told the Israelites to never have any contact with them. Okay? All right. But yet, what? Naomi's husband moved there. Okay. And he and his sons died. So she got word that there was food back in their homeland. And so she was going back. And the last verse it says, a family loyalty. That's 14 and 16. It says, and Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. 16, and Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go. And where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Okay. And that's the challenge for us, is to let people around us see the God in us that we serve. You have to admire what Naomi, she was a great woman. And we're talking about after losing her husband and two sons, and still what? Declaring her love for God. And I can remember when I lost my brother, he took his own life. And I had just started, going to church, and man, I thought I had it, and I thought I've been praying for my brother. He had this someone they said had put a drug in his drink, and he was what was it? Schizophrenic. So he ended up taking his life, and I had been praying for him, and I thought, man, I got this thing right now. God's supposed to do what I tell him. And I was disappointed when my brother, when he took his own life. And I'll never forget, I was thinking, Lord, why did you do that? And it was a couple of weeks later, and I had told you this before, there was a young man, had two sons, and he put them in a furnace right here in Muskegon. And I believe he was schizophrenic. And I said, wow, that could have been my brother. He could have did that to some of his family. So sometimes when stuff happens, we don't know why. But the key is we need to what? Learn to trust God. Ruth follows what? Naomi. Okay? And that's how what? We should follow Christ. What Ruth said, Naomi, wherever you go, I want to go with you. And that's what we should what? Tell God, Jesus, Wherever you go, I want to go. Right. Hmm. And yes, it gets tough sometimes. But I can't think of anything that could get tougher than what? Losing a husband and two sons. And she was old in age and interesting. And her sons had no kids. And the story of Ruth, it's quite amazing. It shows how what? How God works things. Because she was going to go on to be famous. Her bloodline, what was going to lead up to David. Jesus Christ. Right? So that, yeah, a group that was rejected. There's a story in there for us. No matter how messed up I am, God still loves me. And every once in a while, that'll bring some tears to my eyes. Because there was a time I didn't realize how messed up I was or how messed up I am. You know. And that's why he says what? To daily what? To learn about him. Because as we study his word, even though it cuts to and fro, it still reminds you, but he still loves you. Any questions? Any comments? Well, we need lots of Naomi's and Ruths these days, don't we? Because we see a lot of what? Hatred being projected, not love. Hatred. And what's so sad is these people get up and say they love God. And I'll never forget, somewhere I read, it says, how can I say I love God whom I have never seen and hate my brother whom I see daily? All right, the practical points on page 40, and then we'll be out of here. Number one, God's people are not automatically exempt from the difficulties of life. Okay? See, there used to be a saying that, boy, once you become a Christian, and you're supposed to have all the money, all the everything you want, right? But Jesus said what? In this life, you will have trials and tribulations. He said, but I will never leave you nor forsake you. Number two, sometimes God chooses to allow circumstances that leave him as our only hope. Sometimes that's the only way he can get my attention. You got to take away all this stuff I'm worshiping so that I what? Recognize him. Number three, the wise person recognizes that every good thing is from God. Wise person. Number four, no matter how difficult or how uncertain the outcome, take the next, what? Not man, right? Biblical. What does the word say? Number five, Our own difficulties should never preclude our desire for God's blessing, ooh, on others. don't don't want nobody else to get it. Yeah? Or I got to have more than everybody else. And we know where that come from, don't we? What Satan said, I'm going to build my kingdom above God's, right? Number 6, following God involves sacrifice, but also the hope of his what? The hope of his sure provision. And that's what salvation is all about. Ruth, what? Follows Naomi. And if you look in the lesson there, you know, it talks about the two sons and what their names meant. And it says the name Mahlon means weak and sick. And Chilion, wasting and pining. And I can identify with that one. Right. But what an awesome God, right? We have an opportunity to serve. And Naomi, after losing what she had lost, what? Still was showing the love of God in her life. So much so that one of the young girls, because she told him, she says, you're young enough. You get married, you have children. The one went back to her family. But Ruth said, I'm going to follow you wherever you go if you allow.